Taurus, this is your January 2017 forecast reading. It includes both your love as well as your general reading. The first card that comes up is the Lady Titania. And this card says that in January, you're going to feel very connected to the people around you. You're going to feel part, and you're going to feel a sense of belonging with those that you connect with every day on a daily basis. Family, friends, co-workers. And this feeling of connectedness brings you a sense of security, perhaps even a long-awaited sense of security. Always when we feel like we belong to the group that we're with, this brings us a sense of security. It's probably quite an old feeling, that of many, many centuries ago. The more we belonged with people, the safer we were, right? But that sense of security then obviously brings a different mindset, and this changes your life completely. The next card that comes up says that think before you act. Now that's quite a strong message coming through in your reading. You'll see it keeps coming up. So you're going to be confronted with a situation in January which is going to need a response from you. But it's important that you don't react. React is when we're just off the cuff. Usually anger, usually fear is the underlying thing to reaction. Could also be sometimes it's very positive and we just react, but this seems to be sort of a slight thing just to say to you, be careful. Don't just react. Think first. Think through what you what would be the best response to this, because it seems as if you do a bit of thinking and then you respond, the outcome will be in your best interests. And possibly it's a long-term thing that's going to come of this. So you don't want to be doing or taking steps you may have to retract at some stage in life. The next card that comes up is the soulmate card. And yes, if you have just met someone, this is your soulmate. If you're in a permanent relationship, remember this is your soulmate. It's someone you chose to be with because you want to learn and grow and evolve with this person. You signed a soul contract eons ago, and to remember that you chose them. You chose them when you were there up in the universe making your plan for life. So that changes our mindset. That's always what it is. It's how we feel that changes life completely. And for those of you that have just met someone, yes, this is a soulmate. And the same applies. You've made a soulmate contract with this person. You've probably known them in another lifetime, and the two of you want to do your evolution together, basically. So that means there's a strong attraction here. There's a strong feeling of connection with this person as well. Now that Fairy of Naughtiness card speaks about breaking out a little. Now, the thing I notice about the Taurians in my life, family members, friends, is they have a very conscientious streak in them, and they can work incredibly hard. When they put their minds to something, heavens, they literally can move mountains. But because you have such a strong work ethic, and because you can be so conscientious, at times you can wear yourself out completely. So what happens then is usually you quit what you're doing, because we all do that. If you wear yourself out completely, you quit. You get to a thing where you run into a wall and that's it. So this card is saying, instead of ending up in that situation, every now and then take time out, bunk a day. Trust me, your boss will be far happier with you bunking the occasional day than actually walking out on the job eventually because you burnt out. So this is speaking about don't get to the burnout point. Rather just take a day off. Go and sit on the beach and watch the waves. Take a picnic. This card comes right after your soulmate card. So I'm thinking, do it with your partner if there's a partner. The two of you take a day off and bunk. Right? I'm being the fairy of naughtiness here for you guys, giving you these instructions. But it's a fairly strong message for you. You're going to hit burnout if you don't take those time outs. Then the next card that comes up speaks about there is a better choice, and that you're not seeing things clearly, and you're perhaps refusing to see the truth of a situation. Now, quite often when we refuse to see the truth of a situation, it's because we think we need to take a certain action that we don't want to take. But if you reverse, if you back up a bit and you look at the situation that's ahead of you now, Taurus, and you just honestly look at it without any feelings or judgment to start with, you may be going to see some way through it that you hadn't seen up to now. But you need to be honest about the situation. First, look at it with complete honesty, and then you will see the way through or around it. Because the next card that comes up speaks about doing that which you love, and this may actually be the answer. Do something you truly love to do, or do something the way that you truly love to do it. Therein may lie the way through this situation that is coming up, that probably needs you to think before you respond to whatever it is. So that next three set of cards speaks about something that has been eating away at you. You're probably aware in the background of something that is slowly but surely getting to the point where you know you're going to need to do something about it. It could even be that burnout I was speaking about. But this is going to give way to a sense of security and stability for the long term, for the very, very long term. So don't burn bridges here. And don't take a wrong turn in the road that's going to have you backtracking, because there's all the potential here to make or to take a response to whatever's going to happen that's going to give you long-term security by doing what you love to do, or by doing things the way you love to do them. That's the message coming through here. And the final bit of guidance coming through, well, there's two cards, but this one says, respond to that situation with humor, hope, and encouragement. Bring lightness into the situation. So whatever comes up, if we instantly respond, we usually, if it's, let's call it negative. Okay, let's say it's not the greatest situation, you don't feel like it. If you just respond, it's not going to fix it, and in the long run, you're probably going to need to fix whatever you did in your reaction. But if you come with humor, you come with hope, and you come with encouragement to the situation, it's going to veer off in a completely different direction. And that could actually be how you end up with that stability and that security in the long run. Because this tortoise speaks about when changes are made for the sake of change, itself resists. I think this is speaking about that bit of burnout when you get to something you think, stuff that, I am dropping this, I'm dead tired, I'm not going to do it anymore. So you're doing change as a last resort because you can't handle what is happening. Instead of, as it says, perhaps doing it the way you love it, or doing something that you love, and making the change in that department, not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Right, Taurus, if you would like a personal reading, so we can take a look at exactly how this is playing out in your life in particular, or if you would like a reading for 2017, we can see what's coming up next year, you can contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com, or book a reading via the website, both URLs which are showing up now in the owl picture. Alternatively, if you have your own tarot deck, have a look at the third frame in the video right in the beginning, and you'll see if you can select your own cards. I read them for you. That is a brilliant way of doing it. I'm really enjoying it, and so is everyone who's taking those readings. And I do hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for watching and listening.